Today I will tell you something about the goblin shark, scientific name Mitsukurina owstoni. It is one of the strangest and most mysterious creatures of the deep sea because its elongated, beak-like snout and pale pink skin make it appear like an ancient being from a time when the oceans looked completely different and evolution produced forms that are almost unimaginable today. It moves through depths of several hundred meters where no light reaches, and the pressure is so immense that only perfectly adapted animals can survive. And in this darkness, it glides slowly and silently, as if it were drifting through a world that humans can barely comprehend, where every movement consumes energy and every sound carries meaning. Its jaw can shoot forward with incredible speed because it functions like a biological catapult, allowing it to reach prey that would normally be out of range, making it one of the most efficient and unusual hunters of the deep sea, and giving it precision that contrasts sharply with its calm behavior. Despite its frightening appearance, the goblin shark is a patient ambush predator that waits for small fish or crustaceans to come close enough before striking, showing how perfectly it is adapted to the slow rhythm of the deep ocean, where every decision can determine survival, and every creature plays a role in the fragile balance of the underwater war. Its body structure and way of life reveal that the goblin shark is a survivor from an ancient era, a creature that has changed very little over millions of years and demonstrates how mysterious and diverse life beneath the ocean surface can be, especially in regions that remain almost unreachable for humans. While the goblin shark moves through the dark depth of the ocean, it uses its beak-like snout not only as a hunting tool, but also as a sensitive sensory organ, because it contains numerous electroreceptive cells that allow it to detect even weak electrical signals produced by the muscles of its prey, enabling it to locate potential victims with precision even in complete darkness. This ability is especially important because the deep sea is a habitat where vision plays almost no role and animals must rely on other senses. And here the goblin shark demonstrates how perfectly it is adapted to these extreme conditions by slowly drifting through the water layers and patiently waiting for an electrical impulse to catch its attention. Its body is soft and not very muscular, which indicates that it is not a fast swimmer, but an ambush predator that conserves energy and only becomes active when the chance of successful strike is high. And this strategy is typical for many deep-sea creatures that live in an environment where food is scarce and every hunt must be carefully calculated. Researchers believe that the goblin shark feeds mainly on fish, squid, and crustaceans that live near the seafloor, and that it uses its unusual snout to probe the bottom for hidden animals, giving it an advantage over predators that rely more heavily on their ES. Through its unique combination of slow movement, precise perception, and lightning-fast jaw extension, the goblin shark shows how diverse survival strategies in the deep sea can be, and how animals have developed abilities over millions of years that seem almost alien to humans, yet function perfectly in their environment. In the deep regions of the ocean where the goblin shark, scientific name Mitsukurina owstoni, lives, conditions exist that would be deadly for most creatures because the water is icy cold, the pressure immense, and the darkness absolute. And these extreme factors have shaped the goblin shark over millions of years into a specialist perfectly adapted to this hostile environment. Its unusual pinkish coloration is caused by its thin skin, which allows the underlying blood vessels to shine through, giving it a ghost-like appearance and showing that camouflage in the deep sea works differently than in brighter ocean zones, because down there is less about visibility and more about blending into the darkness. Its movements are slow and controlled, because fast hunts are nearly impossible in the deep sea and would consume too much energy, and for this reason the goblin shark has developed a strategy in which it waits patiently, scans its surroundings with its electrosensitive organs, and only strikes when the chances of success are high. Researchers believe that the goblin shark is often found near underwater slopes and trenches where currents gather and food drift by. And these places offer ideal conditions for remaining unnoticed while still finding enough prey without having to travel long distance. Through this combination of adaptation, patience, and unique perception, the goblin shark demonstrates how diverse and surprising survival strategies in the deep sea can be, and how animals develop abilities that seem almost alien to humans yet function perfectly in their environment. The goblin shark lives in a world that is barely accessible to humans, and for this reason we still know very little about its behavior. Because the deep sea is a place where research is extremely difficult, and even modern cameras and underwater robots rarely encounter this mysterious creature, leaving many aspects of its life hidden and forcing scientists to rely on only a few observations. Despite these uncertainties, every encounter with the goblin shark reveals how unique its adaptations are, because its body structure, hunting technique, and sensory abilities differ greatly from those of other sharks, indicating that it occupies a very specific ecological niche that only few animals can use in the same way, and that allows it to survive successfully even in the most remote regions of the ocean. It is particularly fascinating that the goblin shark, despite its ancient appearance, is an active part of the modern ecosystem, playing an important role in the balance of the deep sea by hunting smaller animals and at the same time being part of the food chain itself, showing that even seemingly alien creatures have a clear function within the ocean's delicate network and help maintain its stability. Why? Many researchers suspect that the goblin shark can detect changes in the water caused by climatic events such as El Niño, because El Niño simply means an unusual warming of large Pacific regions that alters global wind patterns and disrupts rainfall, drought cycles, and ocean currents, which in turn affects nutrient distribution and indirectly reaches even deep-sea anima. Ls, through all these characteristics, the goblin shark remains a symbol of the mysteries of the deep sea, reminding us how little we know about the hidden worlds of our planet and how many fascinating creatures live down there, waiting to be discovered once technology allows us to explore these dark regions more deeply and uncover the last secret of the ocean. The creature fulfills a precise role, because down there no movement is wasted, no unnecessary battles occur, and no energy is squandered, but instead a perfectly coordinated interplay of perception, patience, and adaptation exists, revealing how delicate the balance of this hidden ecosystem truly is. Its ability to detect even weak electrical signals makes it a hunter that does not rely on sight, and this unique trait allows it to survive in a world where darkness is constant, and only those animals succeed that have learned to read the invisible traces left by other creatures and turn them into their own survival strategies. Many observations suggest that the goblin shark prefers regions where currents transport food from higher water layers downward, and these places not only provide sufficient prey, but also allow it to move almost invisibly, because its pale pink body blends with the diffuse light of the deep sea and makes it difficult for other animals to detect. Its slow, controlled way of swimming shows that speed is not a strength in the deep sea, but a risk, because any sudden maneuver will consume energy that is hard to regain in such a nutrient-poor environment. And for this reason, the goblin shark has developed a lifestyle based on efficiency and precision, enabling it to hunt successfully even under the most challenging conditions. Through all these characteristics, it becomes clear that the goblin shark is not only an unusual creature, but also an example of how diverse and complex evolution can be in the depth of the ocean, and how many mysteries still wait to be discovered once technology allows us to explore these dark regions more deeply and with greater depth. Adapt after birth, but instead develop from the very beginning in conditions identical to their future habitat, allowing the seamless transition into the darkness once they are born. The young are remarkably well developed at birth, possessing fully functional gills, strong skin, and stable cartilage structures that prevent their bodies from being compressed. And this early maturity is crucial because the deep sea offers no protected nurseries, and each newborn must survive independently from the very first moment without any parental care. Researchers suspect that the young goblin sharks remain in regions where the pressure is high, but the currents are slightly gentler, allowing them to find enough food without traveling long distances. And these early life stages are essential because the juveniles must learn to use their sensory organs to locate prey while avoiding potential threats. Through this combination of early adaptation, pressure-resistant anatomy, and immediate independence, the young goblin sharks manage to survive in an environment that would be deadly for most other creatures, demonstrating how precisely evolution can shape animals that thrive even under the most extreme conditions.